All right, we're live. What's up, guys? What's up? Is anybody watching right now? Let me check it out. Let's see who's watching. You guys there right now? What up, what up, what up? Let's see. Anybody there? Yeah, what's up, Michael? Getting started. All right, we got 6 people watching. Andrew, 11. There we go. It's growing. What up, guys? Yeah, man. This is awesome. How you guys doing today? Yo, what up, Jacob? Yo, yo, yo. What up, Rylan? Nice to have you guys here. Thanks for watching. Were you guys here yesterday, by the way? Have you guys been watching the other webinars? Yeah, you guys are awesome. Hell yeah. Were you guys here yesterday? So today we have a special guest, by the way. Yeah, no worries, Rylan. Thanks for yesterday, he says. Yeah, hell yeah. Slimane. Yeah. Sam. What's up, Sam? Got the missing webinar. Hell yeah. What's up, Monsieur Deer? What up, Martin? Yeah, I know you, Martin. I've seen you. How's it going? Yeah, actually, I just sent out the email blast, so it's still even sending it as we speak. So I think people are gonna just keep going. It's gonna start getting more packed as we go. So today, guys, I want to talk about copywriting. Today I'm gonna show you like a specific framework that we can use to create profitable copy. And this is like super powerful. Yeah, yeah, Martin. I like the comment you made for Colgate. So more Carlos, less John. No, man, no. John is awesome. Yeah, man. Thanks. So yeah, so we're gonna show you guys a very profitable framework that you can use for your copy, for your landing pages, and that you can apply for pretty much anything that you do as far as like creating successful pages. Oh, what's up, Mafek from Nigeria? What up? What up? Yeah, so this is gonna be like pretty cool. I'm just kind of like waiting for everybody to show up right now. It's but yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's basically the framework that I've developed. I've had the privilege of being able to work with some pretty gigantic campaigns. Campaigns that generate $80,000 to a couple $100,000 a day, and yeah, I was the copywriter. So that experience gave me a very unique angle, and it showed me a lot. It actually taught me so much because I was able to any test that I made, you would like what normally would take people months, I would be able to see it in a day. What worked, what didn't. So I got the ability to see what people respond to as far as writing copy, and I've been doing it for over 10 years. So I have a lot of experience with it, and I want to share a little bit of it today with you guys. So yeah, I see Nigeria in the house, Czech Republic in the house, Morocco, Serbia. Hell yeah, guys. 80K per day would be nice. Yeah. Yo, what up, Rob? Yeah, so I think we'll get going. We'll get going. We're going to I'll basically give you guys a bit of an intro again. We did this before, but just in case some of you guys didn't watch it, I'll do a screen share. And oops, Inception there. And now we're gonna show you guys how to create highly successful campaigns through some fire copywriting. What's up, Liam in the UK? Yeah. So anyways, let's get going. So hello and welcome. Where did I come from? I'm basically taking over John's list for this week. John is a good friend of mine, and we work together on the super affiliate system. And I'm behind the scenes and like a lot of stuff with John. So you know, it's a great program, and John has really developed the super affiliate system, and he works on it all the time. So John's awesome, and he asked me to. He's actually in what is it called? In Burning Man. Yeah, John is in Burning Man right now. But he asked me to show you guys some awesomeness. So I took over this week, and today we're gonna keep going. You know, so a bit about myself. My name is Carlos Cruz. I've been an affiliate for 12 years. My personal biggest campaign that I've ever ran was, you know, 320K in profit in a month. And yeah, as I was telling you guys, I was recently hired as a copywriter for a company that did, you know, 80 to 200K in revenue per day. So yeah, I mean, that gave me a very unique insight into copywriting. And, you know, all of this was done through Facebook ads, and I love Facebook. And I love teaching and helping others because weirdly enough, it seems to always come back, and it's like good karma. And eventually, the people that I teach end up teaching me more. Who's the young guy in the pic? Yeah. It's an older pic. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. So how I got started, I was 18, and I knew I wanted to move to the US. Originally, I'm from Guatemala, and I was like in a really good school there, and it was like I had the option to pursue like that sort of traditional path, and you know, like I could have just gone like the corporate route or whatever, but I decided that wasn't for me. And I just just decided I quit, and I started trying different things, you know, and I failed at those things, and that landed me into a job that was paying me $300 per month, and that was like the average. That is around the average salary in Guatemala. That's just to give you an idea. So that's insane to me now, but yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at. And some people that I still know are still in this situation, you know. So it was very stressful for me because I knew I wanted to do big things, but I didn't know how. And I was living in my friend's couch, and I didn't have, you know, eventually that job that I had, I just kind of like quit it, and without any sort of safety net, I just kind of went for it. And I decided that I was gonna find a mentor. And this mentor taught me how to be his affiliate. So he taught me, and he took me from, you know, my shitty $300 a month job to, you know, about $2,500 a month in like 60 days, or I think it was actually a little bit less. And that kind of changed my life. And then I moved to Chicago. Then I worked under him while he was teaching me a lot of like how to run a business, and eventually he ended up selling me his company. And I was working on the company, and it was very profitable, but this is when I met a real super affiliate, like somebody that was, you know, that really had crushed it. And this guy, who's still a friend of mine, he took me from, you know, making 20K a month to 80K a month. And that sort of changed my life. I moved to LA, and I kept working at it. And I started hanging out with more successful people. And then, you know, that eventually led to making, you know, 320K in a month. And this permanently changed my life. And That's me in our house pool in the Hollywood Hills. So that's, you know, like I like to tell this story because I've been talking to a lot of you guys this week, and I see like a lot of people that are kind of struggling where they're at, and you know, it's like a bad situation. And I just kind of wanted to show you that, you know, like it's really possible no matter what your situation is. Like if a kid from, you know, poor country like Guatemala, where there's not a lot of opportunities, can do it, where English wasn't even my first language, then you can do it. And you know, like the only thing that I did was I never made any excuses, and I always really played to win. You know, in my mind, I was already like this very successful person. And I always held myself to that image, and no matter how hard things got, that's who I was in my mind. So eventually it became true. So yeah, so why copywriting, right? So let's get into the actual copywriting. So copywriting is the gel that makes marketing work, and it's you know, it's basically like one of the pillars of success on the internet. It's one of the very most important foundations. So I've heard this from many people. If you needed just one skill to survive as an online marketer, you would need to be a copywriter. So I put this picture here. This is David Ogilvy's house. he's like an inspiration. This guy's like a legend, and you know, he's like a marketer, and he's old school. Not an online marketer, but just a marketer. And he is one of the most famous ones. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. If not, check him out. It's David Ogilvy. He's got some really good books. And yeah, so he's one of the most successful people ever in marketing. So my point is that, you know, like if you're really good at copywriting, you'll never have to struggle. You'll always have that skill to rely on, and it's always going to be there. Yeah, so that's, I mean, do you guys see the importance? By the way, let me introduce you guys. This is Blake over here. He's my business partner, and we work together at Black Ops. So just wanted to introduce him here. He'll chime in and give you guys like some feedback as well.
Just more to observe. I'm not. I'm even more behind the scenes than Carlos.
So yeah, he's the genius behind the Facebook that we run. So yeah, so is this useful to you guys? Like, are you, yeah, like, how experienced are you guys with copywriting? Can you guys tell me? Can you guys like type it in? David, here, let me type it. David O-V, I think. O-V. Yeah, that's how you spell it.
By the way, guys, I'm just going to say real quick, copywriting really is just another word for sales, right? The only difference is copywriting is something that people are reading. You're not face-to-face with them, so that's what's being done with the internet or a newspaper, magazine, whatever it might be. And so, you know, talking about the one skill that you need to survive, it's really just sales.
Yeah.
Like, can you sell something to bring an increase to your life? And that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's yeah, that's a good point. So it basically really just comes down to what copywriting is. It's just the art of selling on the page, right? Like what copywriting isn't is you trying to entertain your customer, or you trying to, you know, like just show them something cool. Your copywriting is basically like taking them from zero and turning them into a sale, you know. So in the context of affiliate marketing, that translate into like CPA, into like your conversions. So the reason why it's so powerful is because the more the better your copy is, the more, the better your return on investment is going to be.
You guys are talking about it on there, so
yeah,
there it is.
Is it in there?
I don't know, I can't see it.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, check this book out. It's amazing. It's really, really good. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Monsieur, there we go. You're talking about the book. So Ogilvy on Advertising is an amazing book. So yeah, we highly, highly recommend that one. Anyways, let's get back to it. So what I want to show you guys today is I want to show you like the #1 mistake everybody makes when they're writing copy. And this I see at a very, very general level. I literally see these every single copywriter makes this. Every single affiliate marketer makes this. And like there's a lot of guesswork, and this is why companies take sometimes years to succeed. Like more established companies are very, very aware of this. But sometimes when you take over a new product, you are not going to be aware of why your customer is buying your product. So that's like, if you get one thing from this, is actually this is going to be the thing that I'm going to show you. I'm gonna like develop it. We're gonna talk about it more, but like basically it's learning how to be aware of what the emotional trigger is. So the things that people do is just write copy just for the sake of writing copy. So for example, I'm gonna give you guys like a specific example. So I did this here, and again, like everybody makes a mistake. You kind of have to make the mistake at the beginning because you don't know exactly what's going to work. But I kept this ad as an example of one not to do. I had this in my previous presentation for what a bad ad looks like, and basically we have like the reason that we're given here is not an emotional trigger. We are just saying that these are 7 reasons why you should carry a flashlight for self-defense. And this is me not understanding, not being aware of why customers would buy the product. So I'm saying, yeah, like this thing is gonna replace your gun, like that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Or like this thing is going to replace your I don't know, your jiu-jitsu training. Like you can just defend yourself with flashing somebody in the eyes. And yeah, like that's kind of dumb. And I mean, at least I was testing something, but yeah, this is like me not understanding why somebody buys a flashlight. I'll show you a good reason why somebody buys a flashlight is because they want to keep their family safe in case of an emergency. So yeah, so this is like a little, I mean, it's not an actual headline, but it's sort of like, this controversial flashlight is going to keep your family safe in case of an emergency. So that's very powerful, like when you're thinking, we did the tests, and what we found was that it was extremely powerful. We started, once we started to write all of our copy and appealing to their sense of keeping their family safe, then we became profitable. And that's crazy. Like that, it's so if you look at these, if you look at this here, like self-defense, and you look at in case of an emergency, this is why copywriting is such an art, because you would look at these and you would maybe not even notice like that much of a difference. You would kind of just see for the untrained eye, it just looks like, yeah, they're pretty much the same thing, right? Like it's very similar, but actually the devil is in the details. And in writing copy, like you're not gonna be able to tell a lot of times unless like what the difference is just by looking at it. You know, like it will look very similar, but you can see, and I'm going to give you the framework here. You can see that we're using one of the Life Force 8 concepts or desires to write our copy. So is that clear, guys? By the way, does that make sense so far? Yeah. So do you guys understand like what the number one mistake is? Do you understand like what the difference is at a, you know, even if it's at a very general level? I'm gonna give you like a specific framework, but are you guys following this so far? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are quiet right now. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Clear as water. Yep. Yes. All right. Cool. So look. So somebody was saying honorable mention, and I think that this presentation is going to be a lot more than just an honorable mention for CASHVERTISING, because the framework that I use for writing profitable landing pages, it's kind of based on it. This is. You need to go and get this book. I highly recommend it. Here, I'll show it. Like, I literally have. I don't even have just one copy. Like, there's like a bunch of copies. I have one in the office. I have one at home. I mean, it's like the bread and butter for writing copy. So definitely highly recommended.
Which, by the way, guys, you know, Dan Kennedy, he's one of the greatest copywriters out there today that's alive. But one of his big things is there's this big misconception about what copywriting is all about, right? They think that, oh, we're going to take this magical blank piece of paper and then start creating from scratch. And really, he kind of like disassembles that entire concept and says it's actually more of an assembly of different blocks that you guys are taking from different things and then building it into one great thing. So having this book and using it to draw all these ideas from and then assemble that into your ad or your landing page or whatever it might be is absolutely key to success. It's not like you're just creating. It's more of a process-oriented thing is what he's basically saying than it is a creation process.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a good point. And that's kind of what we're going over. It's just basically what the process is for optimizing your landing pages from basically being, because what I see, and I kind of hate this, like, I mean, I kind of do it, but I kind of like don't. It's weird. Like, I do it a little bit where I just see guys that will just literally copy landing pages. Like, that's all they know how to do is just like steal landing pages. And if it doesn't work and you can't steal a better landing page, then you're screwed. And that's a horrible way to go about being an affiliate. It's very limiting. You're basically not going to be able to like fly over your competitors if you don't understand how these pages are made. You're going to be like stuck in whatever. If in the niche you're in, people don't really have good copy, and like there's 100 affiliates doing it, but everybody's just copying a couple of them, then you're going to be pretty limited. So you wanna be able to understand the framework for creating like awesome pages. And not having to, like, it's so annoying that when somebody's like, all they know how to do is steal pages. Like, learn how to write your own and you'll be able to surpass the competition. Understand why landers do an analysis on successful landing pages, but and like throw them up, but also do your own. Like, try to beat it, you know? It's not a good practice. And I see a lot of really successful guys. They kind of develop their own style, their own flair, and that gives them an edge. So I've never seen like a really successful affiliate that only copies landing pages. So anyways, let's go back to this screen share. So yeah, so big shout out to CASHVERTISing. I know probably a bunch of you guys are ordering it right now. If you didn't have it already, keep it at your desk. So all right, so how do I know what emotion to target in my copy? This is the most important question when you're starting to write copy. Like it's not guesswork. It's not like so for example, if we're selling a flashlight, we're not talking about we're not going to look into, you know, what are the features. We're not going to look into if it's waterproof, if it's you know, if it's indestructible, if it has like LED mode, and if it's like made by the military or whatever. Like that's not what you want to be looking at. Like the best copywriters don't even talk about the product that much. Some of the best copywriters in the world, it like will mention the copy just enough to get the sale, but it's not about the copy. So let me give you guys an example of that. If you guys want to buy a lottery ticket, right? So let's say, okay, this is not a lottery ticket, but let's say this was a lottery ticket, right? So let's say you wanted to buy a lottery ticket. What are you buying, right? The lottery ticket itself is pretty useless. You don't actually need it for anything. Like it's just a piece of paper with some numbers on it. But what people are actually buying when they buy a lottery ticket is the $100 million that's going to come with it, and even more than, and even beyond that, like what they're buying is the new lifestyle that they're going to be able to afford with the $100 million. It's like the freedom that's going to come, like being able to go tell the boss to go fuck himself, then like just leave and like all of a sudden just buy like a giant mansion and live the life that you always wanted, get out of the the shitty lifestyle that you had before. And basically that's what you're buying when you're buying this. You're buying a better life. So that's it. Like that's the simplest way I can explain that, because that's exactly what you do with every single product. You're not selling the product, you're selling a powerful trigger behind it. So I hope does that make sense, by the way, guys? Okay. So now that we know, right, that we are not selling, we're not selling a product, that we're selling an emotion, we're selling like some sort of hope. Then what we do is like we start to figure out what exactly is that emotion. So let's get into them. This is from the CASHVERTISing book, and these are the life. The 8 emotions that you're going to trigger with your copy. So if you are not targeting any of these emotions in your copy, then your copy sucks. Like you need to like rewrite what you're doing and dial it into testing any, like one of these or multiple of these. And usually it's one, maybe it's 1 or 2, but like you should be systematically testing for these. So let's talk about them. Like the first emotion, it's called survival. and survival, enjoyment of life, and life extension. So there's like a few types of survival. So I did a few slides. Basically, the survival includes surviving dangerous situations, like we see here. Like survival includes surviving because of poor health. It includes surviving because of old age, or like you can sell something for life extension and looking better for longer, and that's kind of like life extension, and also enjoyment of life. So this is probably the most powerful one, and like this is used in a lot of stuff, like all the obviously there's like a whole survival niche going on now. Like there's like that Survive straw, and there's like those emergency like food kits, and all that stuff is directly relating to this. You also have like other niches, like what sort of niches? You have like anything like weight loss related stuff can be because of health as well. You can use that angle, and it could be you have like stuff that like diseases, like you can appeal to, I don't know, like diabetes and stuff like that. That's all going to be in this one emotion, so you're talking about surviving. And also just being able to enjoy life, not like necessarily comforts, but I think in this one, it's talking about just being alive and healthy. Yeah. So let's move on to emotion number 2. Emotion number 2 is enjoyment of food and beverages. So you're like if you have a specific product, and some of these, obviously not everything applies here, but for example, if I was selling weight loss, then we're talking about like and we can talk about surviving like poor health, and then we can talk about surviving, and then we can also talk about being able to enjoy like the food that you'd like and still be able to lose weight, that kind of stuff. So we're hitting multiple emotions. Obviously in something like a flashlight, we're not specifically targeting this emotion, so not all of them are going to apply. But yeah, so I've ran campaigns where I was selling coffee before, and this one was a big one. You see like enjoyment, like beverages. You see like beer companies. Obviously, all of it appeals to that. So the thing about these emotions is there's not a single person in the world that does not enjoy these. Like these are universal. That's why they're so powerful. Like they're called the Life Force 8 from the CASHVERTISIng book. And you want this, like you literally will not be able to deny any of these emotions. That you want to enjoy food and you want to enjoy drinks. Like not a single person is going to be like, no, I don't want that. Or that you want to survive. Maybe that one, there's a few suicidal people, but that's like a very rare thing. So now, emotion number 3 is a little bit more like intense, I guess. Is more like in the moment, and it's being able to not feel fear, to not feel pain, to not feel danger. And this is like in the concept of, let's say, I'll talk about some campaigns. Give me some ideas, by the way, guys. Like, what kind of campaigns do you guys have that you want me to talk about this? Because I wanna be able to maybe apply it to the niches that you guys are promoting. so we can like maybe give you guys some ideas as far as like what are the emotions that you should be targeting. Yeah, everybody's gonna say weight loss. Anything else? Weight loss is like a obvious one. Okay, male enhancement trials, brain drugs. Okay, so yeah, so let's say anti-aging supplements. Wow, that's a lot. All right, so let's which one should we pick? Cellulite for women, safety gear, credit repair. Damn. Muscle neutral, getting pregnant. Okay, damn. Let me pick one. But dick pills. I don't even have a campaign. That's funny. I don't even have a campaign, but joint pain supplements. Okay, let's say brain supplements, right? Let's do brain supplements. Adult nappies. That's funny. All right, so brain supplements. It would not. Yeah. So for example, if I was going to run a brain supplement campaign, and I didn't have any sort of lander, and I had no direction of where to start, I would start here, right? So I would systematically test all emotions, right? So I would start in the first one. I would say that having a healthy brain is going to allow you to live your life to the maximum, and it's going to allow you to like have cognitive abilities till you're 100. You like I would like that's how I would test this emotion out. I would create a couple of headlines that are focused on extending your life, like your brain's health. You're going to be smarter for longer. You're going to be healthier for longer. Your brain, which regulates all your bodily functions, is going to operate better, and therefore your entire health is going to be better because of this pill. You know, that's sort of the first thing. Enjoyment of food and beverages. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily think that this would be a trigger for that product, but if I was like really reaching, I would say that, you know, because your brain's capabilities enhances your neurosensors, so when you have a drink of coffee, you're going to be able to taste so much better. Like the coffee is going to taste so much better to you. But that's really reaching, you know. And I would maybe try to find some evidence. Obviously, you don't want to just make these claims, but you want to, like, that's how advertising works. You just find evidence that support your claims. So yeah, I mean, that would be really pushing it, but so I wouldn't try this emotion. Like freedom from fear. Yeah, I would say that it would make you more, maybe it would make you more confident. And I don't think it would apply for this one as well. Yeah, like if I said that, yeah, it would basically, okay, let's say that I was selling brain supplements, and I was going to test it. I would create a headline that said that this would help you eliminate your fears of moving, you know, of like like basically like appealing to your confidence, you know, either like getting, not being afraid to speak in public, maybe, or like being able to be in so confident at your office that you'll get a better job. And so yeah, I don't know. This one's got
Alzheimer's, dementia. They got.
Oh yeah.
There's evidence like stuff like that, like CoQ10, all that kind of stuff. I don't know what's in these brain supplements that you're selling, but definitely.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah. So freedom from pain. Yeah, that's the right one. So like not having dementia, not being sick from your brain. That's the proper angle. So yeah, I mean, it would be easy to do it on brain pills for this. I think you could just like show a study that says that like people that took the trial are a lot more confident than people that didn't, and therefore attracted a better quality partner because basically their sexual value was increased because they took these supplements. So yeah, sexual companionship dementia. Don't forget what your partner looks like. That's funny. Yeah. So anything. By the way, guys, this is this one's a pretty useful one. Anything your product can do to increase a customer's sexual value will be a very powerful trigger. So this one applies for a lot of the products that I heard before, like so let's say like adult nappies. Yeah, like don't embarrass your wife. No, it would be like dick pills, for example, is an obvious one. Weight loss is an obvious one. Cellulite for women, muscle fitness. Those are pretty powerful triggers. Like, why do you work out, right? You want to look good, and you want to look good for your partner or to attract more partners, new partners. So yeah, that's how
pretty much everything. Sex sells, right?
Sex is a very, very, very powerful emotion. So this one you want to, like, when you're doing, you've seen this. If you're looked at, like, for example, weight loss landers, you've seen like how people will say, yeah, my husband now looks at me so much better, and like he can't get his hands off of me or whatever. They just feel so much better, and they're like, they get more attention and whatever. And same for guys, same for like building muscle and yeah. And same for, like, Alex, you said jewelry. Yeah, same thing, right? Like, why do people buy jewelry? Like, they want to look good. I mean, there's another trigger that we'll look into it as we go. It's the trigger of being, keeping up with the Jonases or being superior. So that can be one for jewelry, or also, yeah, like just anything that increases the person's sexual value. So yeah, that's a powerful one. Like looking all like expensive and stuff can make women, I don't know, like I don't know if guys care as much as women care, but yeah, they love that because it makes them feel more beautiful. So yeah, let's see what else. What kind of questions we got? You guys asking? Matt, you're asking, if you were promoting brain, would you try and tighten targeting so the benefits and emotions you were tapping into were more relevant to the person? For the most part, I don't. I mean, I can do that, but for the most part, I try to find. I'm more like a broad kind of guy. Like, I don't like to modify my copy based on like small groups of people. Maybe I'll do it for men and women. Like, but I'm not a big fan of having to like really customize your stuff, tailor make it for different things. Although I must say that I have heard of big companies do this. It depends also how much traffic you have. Sometimes it just makes more sense. For example, I know that Amazon. I'll show you this. Audible. So, like, I know that Amazon has. I saw this seminar that they did. That they spent. That they built like thousands of different versions of this based on demographics, and that like tripled their conversion rate. So they did that. They did do like very detailed testing based on demographics and stuff. So that worked for a big company like Amazon. I'm sure, if you're really nitpicking, like, you can do it. For the most part, I've never done it, and I like to stay kind of broad. Yeah, it's more fun for me, and I try to find like the general angles, and then yeah, if anything, just promote an entirely new product as an affiliate. Yeah, so let's see. Well, anyways, let's keep going, guys. So we have, like, the emotion number 5 is comfortable living conditions. So this one, do you guys, let's see, what sort of examples for this? For some that we're making our customer more comfortable. Obviously, couches. Like, what else can we sell them? I don't think that necessarily a lot of affiliate products would trigger this one. Not, at least not that come to mind, because this is more like, I think that this one's more related to like just basically living situation. So it's like it's probably more like selling a service, right? Like cleaning services, or like, yeah, I think cleaning services, or having, I don't know, like chef or something like that, or yeah, like different things at home. But I can't really think of anything for this one. But yeah, it's a powerful trigger. It's in the book, and like, if it makes sense for your product, then you should definitely tap into this. Actually, maybe one would be in the survival niche. Yeah, somebody was showing me his new e-commerce site, and he was targeting the survival niche, and I saw some of the products. So it can be, for example, for camping, right? Like, let's say you were going camping, you would kill it if you're making your customer's life really comfortable while being, like, and convenient while they're camping. So there's like an entire industry of all these types of products that just make it easy for them to cook, make it easy for them to, like, set up a tent, set up a fire, and all those little things. That's a trigger. So I don't think I use this one too much in my copy or in the products that I promote, but yeah, maybe it'll help you. This one is a very powerful one. So this one's like being superior, winning, and keeping up with the Jonases. So this is this one I've used a lot before, and it's so funny because it's like, do you guys know that quote by the Devil's Advocate? What is, like, the final quote is like, God, what is that sin? The sin of you know the Devil's Advocate? No. Like, any of you guys have seen the Devil's Advocate? And it's like the last quote he gives is like, it's like his favorite sin. God, I forget. Yeah. Anyways, that's a bad example of a quote because I don't remember it. But yeah, so there's like this trigger, right? Everybody wants to be, like, better. Everybody wants to be superior. Everybody wants to appear like they're winning, and everybody wants to keep up with the Jonases. So yeah, I mean, like, you want, and the thing is, like, nobody wants to be seen that way, right? Nobody wants to be seen like, I'm trying to keep up with this person or whatever. But it's a powerful trigger, and sometimes it works even. I mean, it works even without people actually knowing that they're drawn by this. So, like, why? I mean, for example, right? Like, if you want to buy a Bentley, why do you want to buy a Bentley? It's kind of dumb logically. Like, why? I mean, is it really? It's not that much more comfortable than a Mercedes or something, but it's a lot more expensive. so why would people buy it? And the reason why people buy it is simply because they want to show that they're superior. They want to show that they're winners, and it's a symbol of status. So that's why people have really expensive watches, because expensive watches, yeah, unless you're like a huge fan of watches, then it doesn't actually make any sense to spend $10,000-$20,000 on a Rolex or whatever, because it's just it's not an investment. Logically, it doesn't make much sense. But again, people will. This is a very, very powerful trigger. So let's apply it to something. So let's apply it so let's go back to the example that we were using is the brain supplements, right? So the brain supplements, we would say that you can crush your competitors. Basically, like your new increased mental abilities are going to allow you to basically beat your competitors at your job, or basically outperform any of your peers, would probably be a better angle. They're going to give you, you're going to stand out from the pack of your coworkers. You're going to make a ton of money because of your increased productivity, right? So whenever you're talking about making more money, this is kind of the angle, right? Like it's the winning angle. Vanity. Vanity, definitely my favorite sin. So this is the one. This is the trigger. It's sort of like appealing to a person's vanity. And we all have it, like why are we so driven to make more money? Have you like thought about that? Like what drives you to make more money? You guys are here because you guys want to make more money, right? You want to use this to make more money, but like what is the end goal? And for me, it's kind of like I just like to win. I like the game. I want to be like the best marketer that I can possibly be. So that's like, it's sort of like a driving thing, and you want to be good. You want to be winning, and like you want to be successful. I've always had this obsession of being successful, and yeah, that's kind of what this emotion appeals to. So you can use it to, for example, you can use it in weight loss by saying like how neighbors are going to be so impressed by the change. Like my best friend came up to me and she could not even recognize me. She couldn't believe it. It was like she was in so much shock, and I could see that she was a little bit jealous that I lost so much weight, but I shared with her my secret too, or whatever. And yeah, that's a way to do it. This one applies very universally, and this one, and I probably stayed longer on this one because I've used it so much. So yeah, in jewelry, like for sure you want to use it. Maybe not in adult nappies, but yeah, there's a lot of verticals that you can use this one. So emotion number 7 is care and protection of loved ones. So this one was the jazz. This one was it for the flashlight. This one was the one that when we found this, that this was the winning combination, like when we started switching all of our copy to this, is when we went from breaking even, losing money, to making like a lot more money, like to being actually profitable and making like over $1,000 a day with something as kind of trivial as a flashlight. And the reason was that we were appealing to their sense of protection. You know, like I actually did it so much. I wrote so much copy for this subject that in the end that I was like carrying my own flashlight. I went to like this festival in Vegas in the desert, and I was taking my own because I'm like, yeah, I gotta be prepared. and yeah, I can see why people do it. You know, I can see why people want to be prepared. It's because they wanna care for others. They wanna be there, and in case anything happens. And like, you know, you can apply this in all sorts of areas. Yeah, like for guys, you know, we always wanna be there for our girl. We always wanna keep her safe, and we would do whatever it took. And you know, for women, a lot of times is like protecting their kids. You know, like that's sort of like the stereotype that a woman will do like whatever, you know, for their kids. So yeah, so these are very, very powerful triggers, and if it applies for your product, you definitely want to hit it really hard. And the thing, yeah, so I'll show you guys like after there's one more trigger left, and I'll show you guys like after how to actually apply it and how it works, how you can actually implement it into your landing pages. So yeah, and the last emotion is social approval. You know, so you're talking about you know, like you can say, for example, if I was doing weight loss, then I would be talking about how people subtly, or how I felt judged, basically. Like people would judge me, and because I was overweight, and I felt a little sense of rejection, or in my work, maybe if I was selling a brain supplement, I would be like, yeah, in my work, I was kind of slow and I was falling behind, and I was not up to speed. I was not as effective as I could have been. So maybe my peers looked at me the wrong way, or, you know, my boss maybe didn't think that I was a superstar. So I had some rejection coming in from my boss. Like maybe he kept me there, but I wasn't as successful. I wasn't like, you know, as efficient as he wanted me to be at the beginning. Or maybe my parents, yeah, my parents, you know, they just disapprove of this. It depends on the product, obviously. I guess for adult nappies, this would be a huge one, right? Don't poop your pants in front of like public. So that would be a huge one for social approval, right? Like, yeah, that's sort of the angle. Let's see what other products that we can apply it. Yeah, by the way, loans. So yeah, what I'll do actually, let's look at some of the stuff that you guys wrote, and let's see where I would apply what I think that the emotional triggers are. So for example, brain supplements, we already did that one. Joint supplements, right? So which one do you think joint supplements fits in? Type in, what are your guesses? So as far as joint supplements, I would say a big one, I think we mentioned it, would be freedom from fear, pain, and danger, right? Like this would be a big one. Like you would, if you're having a ridiculous amount of pain because you move, then you want to not, yeah, this is the emotion, right? Like get rid of this pain, get rid of this excruciating joint pain, or like back pain, or any sort of pain. This is the one. It would also, I mean, joint pain, maybe it would be even, I mean, like, yeah, it depends, right? If you were maybe like appealing to men, you would be like be more flexible in bed or whatever, something like that. Like it's made a difference in the bedroom or something subtle like that. I probably wouldn't throw it as a main benefit, but it would still maybe work. Yeah, it would work as a comfortable living conditions. Yeah, it would definitely allow you to just be more comfortable at home without the need, without feeling any pain. I don't think it would apply for this one, but if I really was reaching, I'd be like, you're gonna make all the people in your retirement home jealous with your exercises. No, I'm kidding. That's not an actual one I would use, but yeah. So yeah, that would be for joint pain. Let's say. What other products? So loans, okay? Let's talk about loans. Loans from so loans. It's well, taking a loan or like credit repair. Then we're talking about I think a big one is this, right? This is a good appeal. It's like, look at the BMW that I'm driving because I had great credit, or or because I took a loan and now I drive a very sick car, or I took a loan and now I live in a great neighborhood, or because you're basically, if you're in a loan, if you're taking loans, I mean, not always, right? There's like student loans because you kind of have to, but like a lot of different types of loans, it would be, yeah, you're basically like taking money that you should not be spending. So if you don't have the money, right, you're taking a loan. A lot of times will probably be for, to try to be superior, to spend more than you actually have. And not always, there's obviously exceptions, but yeah. Let's see, what are loans, right? Loans would not apply for this loan. Yeah, I mean, maybe why else would you take a loan, right? You would take a loan for freedom from fear, pain, and danger. Would that even qualify? Like, help you? I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like if you're taking a loan to pay medical bills, that's huge. Also to relieve some stress, right? If you're insanely stressed out because you can't pay the bills, like this loan is going to save you. So this is gonna be like your savior from all this pain, right? Like you're gonna relieve yourself from a huge burden that you have, and then you're gonna be able to pay it off slowly over time, right? So yeah, alleviating the pain of that. Yeah, sexual companion, probably not for loans. But yeah, I think that these two, I would basically target like to be superior and freedom from fear, pain, and those would be the two main ones. And maybe even like being able to provide for my family because I took the loan. I wouldn't say social approval, so yeah, I mean, does that help, by the way, guys? We can give a few more examples. Like if you guys have more niches that you want me to analyze, we can. Can you write them again? Sorry, like the comments have gone way down. So any other niches that I should analyze right now, as far as like what emotional triggers do they have? Like type it up and okay, skincare, right? So skincare, what are the triggers for skincare? Yeah, so basically, there's a few. Skincare is kind of like, let's see. Yeah, like definitely skincare would be life extension. I think, like that's a big one for skincare. Like we want to make your skin look youthful. That's a big one, right? Like I think that the main target is going to be like women that are starting to age or whatever, like that's that's gonna be like the biggest group of people that are buying skincare products. So yeah, so you'll see, you know, like you'll be like, yeah, you're gonna look younger almost immediately. You're gonna you see those ads that show like the before and after, and one of them is like bad skin or like wrinkly skin, and then the other one looks like just like smooth skin. So that's appealing to life extension. It would, let's say, it would not appeal to enjoyment of food and beverages. Maybe it would appeal to like, you know, by the way, guys, like a lot of times you always want to do the negative effect. You want to write like what's bad. What's bad, because that's a more power. Like there was a study that says, in a nutshell, I'm not going to go into the study, but in a nutshell, it says that people will do a lot more to not lose $100 that they already have than to win $100. So if you think about the psychology, like people are always more afraid to lose than they are. They will take more. Let me put it this way: they'll take more action to not lose what they have than to get something new. So for example, the way that would apply with skin is that you would tell them that their skin is going to, basically they're going to age. Like most people are going to age, but then they get to not age by using your product. So that would be like freedom from fear, pain, and basically pain, and also life extension. You get to not feel that you get to not feel your years sliding out, like your life like fading away from you. And that's a very, very powerful trigger. That's a very valid fear that women have. For skin, yeah, you would say that you look, you know, 10 years younger, and what does this do? This makes you more appealing to the opposite sex. So if you're targeting, married women, then you want to talk about, you know, like how they're going to look so much better for their husbands. And if you're targeting like younger women, then you're going to say like how they look very good, and they're going to just like appeal to other single guys, so yeah, I wouldn't think that skincare would apply to this one. I don't think the skincare applies for this one. And yeah, I don't think that necessarily applies to social approval, but you can use a little bit of it. Like you can say that people were judging like her friend because her skin was not good and was not, she had acne or something like that. Yeah, so yeah. All right, so let's see. Does that help, guys, by the way? Yeah, like social approval, feeling like you're older than your friends. Yeah, that's a really, really powerful thing. That's a good one, actually. Feeling like you're older than your friends. Yeah, pretty cool. So now let's talk about so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for 1 second. So let's talk about how does this apply, guys. So let's look at how. So I'm giving you guys the framework, right? So it's like 8 simple things that you're going to be working on. The 8 simple emotions that you're going to target in your web page. Like it's 1 or 2, but like you're going to narrow down into these. But exactly how do we do it, right? That's sort of like I'm giving you like some general ideas, and how do we apply that? So I'm gonna show you really quick a landing page that I have, and I've shown this before, and I will show you this landing page which worked very well for flashlights. And I'm going to explain to you why it worked and why that trigger is in there everywhere. I'll point it out so you can see it. So let me share my screen again. All right, so let's make this big. You guys see this, by the way? Is this pretty visible? All right. So now, so this is the flashlight landing page. So we have this landing page that it's, at first sight, it does not seem like I'm targeting like safety, right? It doesn't seem like I'm targeting care and protection of loved ones, but this is the emotion. So how does it look in a real life application? So let's say right now, you'll see like controversial military flashlight is now available to the public, right? And so now this doesn't necessarily say anything, right? Like regarding these emotions. And so you would think like, what's up with that? But if you look at the video, like I'll show you, like the video, this is a video, by the way, this is a video that we made ourselves. We edited out, like we cut it and we added these things ourselves, just to give you an idea of what we're actually doing to make some of these pages profitable. So yeah, so 5 reasons why you need a tactical flashlight. It's like, find any intruders, okay? So think about that. That's already like, protecting your loved ones. So that's, let's see, the next one is feel secure outdoors. So we're like hitting over the same emotion. Secure the inside of your home. It's all about safety. It's all about safety. It's all about safety. For extreme sports, okay, it's like, this is a little bit more extreme, but it's still like keeping you safe in extreme sports. And also emergency flat tires. It's also like, it also is like safety, right? And then we go into a little bit of the cool things about the landing page. The flashlight. So you see how like the 5 benefits are mainly oriented for safety and like protecting your loved ones. It's like you want to have this in your home, so in case there's any intruders. So it's subtle, but you start to, so that's why I want to show it to you, because it's very subtle, but it's there. Like if you looked at our first variations of our first versions of these pages, they were not as dialed in. So now we go into, like, read this headline. It says, the thing about flashlights is you never know when you or your family will need one. Okay, so now we're like protecting your family. Having a powerful flashlight may save you or your loved one's life one day when you least expect it. Just buy it, forget it, and hope you never need it. It's a survival tool, blah, blah, blah. You will sleep better knowing that they're in your room, in every room. They're quickly becoming most embraced forms of personal protection, and basically just appealing for you to have one in your room, have one in your kids' rooms, and safety. Now, in this section, at first sight, it doesn't seem like we're targeting it, but it's like not just the smallest, most powerful flashlight ever, it's also the toughest. But then we tie it back into it. Like, you don't want your life to be depending on a flimsy flashlight. It's like your life is going to depend on it. In the moment of need, you want the best quality possible, and now we're tying it back into the same emotion. So then again, like the headline, maybe it doesn't seem that way. Like ask any police officer, fireman, military man, hunter, or survivalist, and yeah, they use this at critical times. Is again tying it into safety, So these these are the ones that you need. If you want to be safe, these are the flashlights, you know. And now we get into a bit of like just jazzy stuff, like a little bit like working in the classified. And these are like, the reason why we did these was like just because these were like powerful trigger words that it seemed like were working really well. And it was using like classified keywords like military. Yeah, so these were like Navy SEAL approved kind of stuff. Everybody was pouring that into the landing page, and we did a test and it worked. So so yeah, we just kind of went with it here. And yeah, like this flashlight won't let you down. You know, it's like even just something as trivial as like being waterproof. It's like this thing is not going to let you down in an emergency. You're going to be safe. You're going to be safe. You're going to be safe over and over and over. You know, and that's I mean, it's very, very subtle. That's why I wanted to show it here, because it's not like some blatant display of safety. But it's exactly what we developed this copy based on that emotion. So it's the underlying theme. So yeah, that's in a gist. That's kind of how it connects. And so how do we? So what we do is like we systematically. How do we test this, right? So a lot of times you don't know what's going to work. So for example, if in this case, I never promoted flashlights before. I had no idea what I was doing at the beginning, but I had a system, and the system was like, I'm gonna test this like the first emotion. If that doesn't do well, I'm gonna split test different emotions that make sense, right? And then obviously the one that gets conversions, that's the emotion that I'm going to start appealing. You know, so that's how you're able to write landing pages, and that's the sort of the system that I use to optimize and develop like profitable pages. So so yeah, guys. By the way, do you guys have any questions regarding this? Like, does that make sense? Let's see. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Would be cool to answer before we get into it. Yeah, we're pretty much wrapping up. So just you know, I think that that's what I wanted to show you guys. Like, if this is clear, does this give you like a framework to operate, and is this helpful, you know? Yeah, Liam, I'll go to my end, great info. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, so cool. So basically you can now go and start using like this system, the Life Force 8 from CASHVERTISING into your pages, and it gives you like a very powerful framework to operate from. So now, yeah, if you, by the way, so let me show you guys this one thing, because I've been talking to a lot of you guys, and a lot of people are super interested, and I've been getting tons of people adding me about this, and I wanted to talk about like the, oh wait, let me see. So Ninja, do you ever go against these core emotions? As an example, forget what your friends think of you, be yourself. Love this framework. Forget what your friends think of you, be yourself.
Still kind of using it, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's always sort of using one. So in this case, like, be yourself is like freedom from, it would be the emotion number 2, right? It would be freedom from pain and like from the judgment. So that you have to, it's not that you go against these, is that you need to be like, that's exactly why this framework is so powerful, is that you have to understand which emotion you're appealing to. So if you say just be yourself, that's basically like giving them a sense of freedom, a sense of enjoying their own life without having the fears of social pressure. Yeah, so let's say Rylan says, how do you choose images that are not too suggestive and will get approved for the examples you have explained tonight, such as weight loss, skincare, brain supplements, and cellulite? Well, yeah, you have to be pretty smart. You have to really, I mean, if you're talking about Facebook, what you want to do is you really want to study the terms, man. They're pretty clear. So that's something that I highly recommend you do, is like go study the terms, learn them, like, you know, just memorize them, and you'll be, think like a reviewer, you know. So if something is against the terms, like they're pretty clear, and there aren't even that many. So just think like a reviewer and try to figure out a way around the stuff that they don't like. You don't have to like force, you don't have to be stuck in a before and after, you know. For example, they don't like before and afters, and like you just have to be open to the fact that there's ways to be profitable without a before and after, you know. Like if you just don't have before and afters, you're not gonna run into problems in a lot of stuff. So it's not necessarily that complicated. It's just like I think a lot of times we do this ourselves, that we get stuck in our own ways, and we get stuck just seeing what other people do, and we get stuck like thinking, if I don't have this, I'm not gonna be able to be profitable. But you just need to like dial in your copy properly, and you don't have to cheat, you know. You don't have to cheat, yeah, like as far as, you know, like trying to game the system with sneaking some shady ads or whatever, you know. Yeah, but you know, like that's basically my opinion of it. So yeah, so a lot of you guys have been asking me about this. Oh yeah, by the way, Martin, I use ClickFunnels for this. ClickFunnels is my jam, man. I should put an affiliate link for this ClickFunnels stuff. Maybe I'll put it in my signature later, but I highly recommend ClickFunnels. It makes everything super easy to follow, and it's pretty cool. It's easy to build pages. So yeah, so again, a lot of you guys have been asking me about this, and I've been talking to a few of you, and it's been really interesting. But you know, like I'm offering a mentorship program for affiliates, and I mean, we're filling up our spots. Honestly, this is not even like some marketing bullshit, because I'm really like coaching people myself, and I still have to, you know, run my own campaigns, and I work with John in the program. So this is like, I have a lot of stuff going on, so I'm coaching myself. So the program is proper, like limited. We're looking for probably like 2 or 3 more people, and that's about it. Like this is gonna be one of my last webinars that I'll be doing for now. I don't know if I'll be doing any more. I took over John's list this week. But yeah, so I'm offering this mentorship program, and the reason why I do it, honestly, is because teaching others has literally changed my life as much as the people I teach. I have, like I've taught people, and then they've gone on to become insanely successful, and then they've actually taught me a lot of stuff. So it's, in a weird way, like it's the same reason why I do what I do right now, why I'm sharing with you guys, is because in some weird ways, my life just gets better when I share good stuff. It's weird. Like people will share stuff with me as well, and I'll learn from what they do, and it's sort of like good karma. So I like to take the time to help others and help them get to the next level. And it's literally what somebody did for me. Somebody got me out of Guatemala by mentoring me. So I offer the same thing. And yeah, as I was saying, I love helping out, but I really have limited amount of times. And I'll tell you what we guys do. We help you get set up. It comes with unlimited Facebook accounts. You know, they're like yeah, you have Facebook accounts, and you know, if you have any problems with anyone Facebook, we give you more, you know, and they come with the credit cards included and everything set up for you. So you can basically just run any offers that you want. And additionally to that, I personally coach you. And you know, like I'm working with you. I give you like lander homework. I give you like ads homework. I give you like optimization homework. I basically take wherever you're at, even if you know, we have some guys that are making, you know, a couple thousand a day, and we're helping them get to like 10,000 a day. And we have guys that are just creating their first campaign, and we're gonna help them literally like get started in affiliate marketing. But you're basically going to save 10 years because I'm gonna, like, it's sort of like jumping right into what I do. So it's like yeah, like you'll be able to skip a bunch of years of sort of like guesswork and whatever. So yeah, so it's a pretty cool program. And it's, again, really, we only have like a couple more spots. So yeah, so if you're interested, contact me. This is my email. It's vcarloscruz@gmail.com, or add me on Skype. This is ccruz84. Yeah, so yeah, it's an international program, by the way, Clint. So this program is not anywhere, by the way, guys. Like, this is not, this is like kind of, it's a mentorship program. We don't have a website, we don't have anything for it. Like, we do it like on a personal basis. So it's very, like, we literally have 5 people right now, and and our max is 8 or 10. So that's about it. Like, it's not a thing like some major place where you can sign up. You can talk to me about it directly. Add me on Skype, and you'll be chatting with me. Just so you know, the cost is, there is like a setup fee, because we set up your Facebook accounts and all that stuff, and you can run them from all over, you know, anywhere you're at. What is the email again? It's right on the screen, Liam. So yeah, it's 5K setup fee, and then there's then it's like 2K per month. So it's not for everybody. I mean, that may be a lot of money to some people. That may not be a lot to some. But we basically, I mean, I'm basically taking from my own time, and like literally from my time that I would spend on my own campaigns, and I spend it on your campaigns. So that's pretty valuable. And you know, besides all the obvious stuff like the setting up and you know, all the stuff that it involves. So it's yeah, that's the cost, in case you were wondering. So you know, like, if that's too expensive or whatever, then would love to help, but due to time constraints, we're sort of limited. And yeah, like I kind of was not doing this today. Was just working on it. This is like a sample campaign. It's something that we haven't been working on as much this week, because it's been nuts doing like a webinar every day. But we'll ramp this up pretty soon. And yeah, just cool. Like, I just wanted to put that out there. If anybody wants mentorship, it's very personalized. So you'll talk to me directly, and you'll deal with me and Blake directly. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, I'm not gonna go into all the answers here, But what we can do is we can schedule a Skype call, and then we'll do it right after this webinar. So you can add me right now or send me an email, and then we can discuss the details. So, all right, guys. So I think that covers it. And if anybody's interested, add me, and we'll chat right now. So thanks a lot. I hope that was useful. So we will see you guys. And by the way, I think we'll actually do one more webinar tomorrow, and you guys will really get to meet Blake and his story. His story is pretty cool. So we'll kind of interview Blake, and yeah, and you'll get to hear from someone else, not just myself ramble all the time. So it'll be pretty cool. We'll do it tomorrow, and I'll send an email as usual. So stay tuned for that as well. And we appreciate you guys listening, and peace.